Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. These lines are from Hope, perhaps one of the most famous poems of Emily Dickinson. And how imaginative is this metaphor that hope is like a feathered bird that sits within the soul of every human being. And it inspires us, makes us want to thrive and push through all challenges with its never-ending sweet song. Good morning, namaskar, salam alaikum. This is Shireen Saif welcoming you to a hope-filled episode of Malhaar Morning Raga Season 3.
This program is brought to you by Abevia. Add goodness to life.
थकन मिटाते वो अनमोल मुस्कुराहट, प्यार बढ़ाते छोटी सी शरारत, संभाले जब ममता हर वो रुकावट, आते हैं अपने यहाँ जब हो कोई दावत। आओ थोड़ी सी अच्छाई लाएं अब जिंदगी में। Abevia evaporated milk का unique low cholesterol formula loaded with protein, vitamin A, D and calcium आपको देते हैं एक creamy, tasty और healthy एहसास। Abevia, add goodness to life.
Every Saturday at this time, we connect with you through the magic of music through Malhaar Morning Raga. And as ever, I'm joined by my favorite co-host, the founder and director of Malhaar, Jogiraj Sikidar.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Very well, feeling bright and energetic.
Yes.
And very excited to meet our local artists.
Absolutely.
Suchandra Mondal ji on Hindustani vocal, Arindam Chakravarty ji on Tabla, Manjeet Singh ji on Harmonium. And like in every episode, we connect with brilliant stars of music from around the globe. Today we're excited to meet percussionist and music educator Shri Samir Chatterjee from New York. He's been on a mission for the last 3 decades to promote Indian classical music abroad. And what makes him extra special that he has revived music in Afghanistan. All of that in a little while. In the meantime, let's gently ease into the episode with a lovely performance by our local artists. Suchandra ji, welcome, good morning. Can you please tell us what beautiful raga you're going to present with your lovely bird-like voice?
नमस्ते, मैं आज राग चारुकेशी प्रस्तुत करने जा रही हूँ। राग चारुकेशी दक्षिण भारतीय राग से है। इसको अगर उत्तर भारतीय संगीत में हम लोग प्रयोग करें तो इसीलिए इसका ठाट निर्धारित नहीं हुआ है। इस राग में कोमल धैवत और कोमल निषद यूज़ होता है और बाकी सब शुद्ध है। और ये इस गाने का जाति संपूर्ण है। मैं पहले इस राग की द्रुत बंदिश पेश करने जा रही हूँ, उसके बाद इसके ऊपर आधारित एक बंगाली गाना पेश करने जा रही हूँ। धन्यवाद। सुपनवा में सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे मोरी लागी तरस बुझाओ ना सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ मोरे सुपनवा में आना हरे हरे सुपनवा में आना हरे सुपनवा में सुपनवा में आना हरे सुपनवा में दरस बिना तोरे तरसनी सर्दिन दरस बिना दरस बिना दरस बिना तोरे तरसनी सर्दिन दरस बिना तोरे तरसनी सर्दिन नैया पार लगाओ ना सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ ना 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 सुपनवा में आओ सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ सगम बगम दबम बगम बम गरे सनि धनि सरि ध धनि सरि ग धनि सरि ग सुपनवा में आओ सनि नि ध दब पम मग गरे रे सा सनि नि ध दब पम मग गरे रे सा सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ गम बब मब गम दर पद मब गम नि नि ध नि पद मब गम पम गरे सनि ध सुपनवा में आओ सब मब गम रे ग ग द पद मब गम नि नि ध नि पद मब गम पम गरे सनि ध नि सरि ध सुपनवा में आओ सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे मोरी लागी तरस बुझाना सुपनवा में आओ सगम ब सगम ब गम पद गम पद म पद नि म पद नि पद नि स पद नि सग गम म प पद ध नि नि स सग गम म प पद ध नि नि स सगम पद नि स गम पद नि स ध नि स सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ ना हरे सुपनवा में आओ ना ni sa ni da ni da ma ba ga ma ga re sa ni da re ga da ni sa re ga da ni sa re ga बनवा में आना गम पद रे ग म पद रे ग म प द द नि सा द नि द ग म प म ग रे सा नि द नि सा रे ग द नि सा रे ग द नि सा रे ग सुपनवा में आना रे सुपनवा में आ सुपनवा में आना रे सुपनवा में आ सुपनवा में आना रे सुपनवा में आ गम पम गम गने आ गम पद नि द पम आ गम पद नि स आ गम पद नि स द नि स नि द नि द म प गम पम ग रे द नि स रे ग द नि स रे ग द नि स रे ग सुपनवा में आना रे सुपनवा में आना
Wow, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Charukeshi is a raga that I'm so familiar with in the Carnatic music tradition, and it is so refreshing to hear you apply it in Hindustani classical music. Thank you for that. Dada, I want to speak to you specifically about Charukeshi. This raga that is so deep, and it is filled with Shringara Bhakti.
Yes, pathos.
And
Yes. It also says that somewhere I read in Sanskrit, Charukeshi means the one with the beautiful hair.
absolutely, absolutely right. Because Charu means beautiful, and
Kesh,
Kesh means
yeah,
hair.
hair.
So when you add the E, it
Yeah.
becomes one with the beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Isn't
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
I can see that Charukeshi is a raga that has lent itself so beautifully even to popular music.
Absolutely.
So what I want to quiz you about is, off the top of your mind, can you think of a few Indian film songs
Yes.
or Hindi film songs?
Yeah. So first one which is coming in my mind, one of my most favorite is Baiya Na Dhuro Balwa. Then Chalo Sajna. Actually, there are a lot. Immediately, I can think of these two.
Can you hum a few lines?
Sure. बैया ना धरो ओ भलमा ना करो मुसेरार बैया ना धरो ओ भलमा.
So beautiful. It's
Thank
got so
you.
much love and pleading in that.
Yes,
in that the way
absolutely.
it's rendered.
Yeah.
It also Charukeshi quickly it reminds me of this lovely composition by A.R. Rahman.
Please.
No, please don't make me sing that. It's a lullaby called Ahista Ahista from Swadesh.
Yes, yes.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers
Yes,
know
yes,
that.
yes.
And I think we can sit here and talk about Charukeshi forever, but we have to connect with
Yes.
Samir ji in
Yes.
New York.
Absolutely, Shirin. So today I'm honored and delighted that we are joined by Shri Samir Chatterjee ji, all the way from New York. Samir ji is a well-known tabla maestro and promoting Indian classical music outside India for more than last 3 decades. Thank you so much, Samir ji, for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
So Samir ji, you have established an organization called Chhandayan, and Chhandayan is promoting Indian classical music outside India for several years now. Could you please tell our viewers about this your project?
Chhandayan started in Calcutta, Kolkata, in 1984, and the primary intention to offer a platform to the younger generation who needed that experience of being on stage in front of a microphone, in front of an audience.
So, Samir bhai, my next question is the maestros who have kind of promoted Indian classical music outside India. First few names which comes in my mind is Pandit Ravi Shankar, Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Sahab. How do you see now the appetite for Indian classical music, especially for NRIs or foreigners?
Yes, when Raviji Aliva Khan said they came and worked in North America, they also faced several issues. You remember that time, the time his association with the Beatles, Ravi Shankarji's and Aliva Khan said. And there was a time when he was here in New York City. This is from a story I heard from him. He was in New York City teaching at the City College, 18 lectures he delivered, which are now available at the Lincoln Center of Performing Arts, digitized. He faced a very unique situation that every time, because of his association with George Harrison in particular, every time he came out he used to live in the East Village of New York City, and every time he came out on the street, there will be gradually a crowd behind him shouting, Guru, 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 Guru. Everywhere he went, Chicago, same thing was happening. So whenever he got on stage, people will be smoking and not cigarette, that what I'm talking about. So he was confused, he was in agony. How do I get out of it? Because this is not the right situation to present Indian music. As I mentioned, that exotic element was overwhelming all over. So he decided not to perform for 1 year. He completely stopped. That was prime time, peak time of his career. And for the sake of the tradition, authenticity, he stopped performing until he found a manager who could present him at the Carnegie Hall. Carnegie Hall has certain rules. So these people either could not get into Carnegie Hall or will have to behave differently. And, now that you might wonder, it's extremely challenging, expensive and challenging to be located in the heart of New York City. Why are we insisting on that? Because we want to address not just the nostalgia, which is in New Jersey and other areas where there are Indians. In 1968, there was a major change in the immigration law, which allowed all of the Indians to come over and gradually work and settle down here. They have carried on their nostalgia, and there are programs through which we satisfy them also. But when we present the all-night concert in New York City, initially there were, I would say, 90% of our audience are non-Indians. Gradually we saw Indians, because the Indians who relocated here in the United States wouldn't have gone to Indian classical music concerts even in India. So it's a different type of taste and interest. So today, what we are seeing, that there's an equal ratio. And for us, from Chhandayan particularly, we are so much focused on non-Indians that we are drawing a lot of satisfaction from that point of view. And people want to know. There is another aspect, Jogirajji. They want to know. They want to learn. We should not hesitate to tell them. If, say, for example, during summertime, women here like to dress less. And when they enter our facilities, they feel awkward, embarrassed, wearing indecent clothing. Indecent behavior. You create an atmosphere and maintain it so that people who are not fitting into that atmosphere will automatically understand what to do next time.
Why anyone should learn Indian or any classical performing art, irrespective of he or she makes it as a profession or not?
There are different reasons why. One is if you have the talent, then it needs to be taken further. And if you don't have the talent, if we don't see the talent in the child itself, but there is aspiration from parents to pass on a portion of something good, may not be from the same culture, but say East European parents have brought their child to learn. There is some reason, some value, and then it helps in the overall development of the child. First of all, you learn discipline, and if you're learning an instrument using both hands, then both sides of the brain motor activity develops much further. And there are several elements in our music which are very scientific. Those exercises can improve memory, concentration, and several areas. Patterns, for example, and human beings are so equipped to find patterns in everything. And at the neurological level also, there are so many other benefits of bringing everything balanced to the center of the being. And if you can have music, particularly Indian classical music, at the core, at the center of your being throughout your life, there'll be a certain amount of peace and balance and peace, I would say, overall. And anytime, which will help you to withstand all crises in life.
Chhandayan is doing a massive work in Afghanistan. Why Afghanistan? What's the story?
Story is that I had a student, Afghan student, who, after the Taliban, he decided to move back to Afghanistan. He had to leave country when he was 14, and then when the Soviets came in, and then after all these years, he was now as a matured individual. He decided to go back to Afghanistan and be involved in the construction business. And when he returned, he wrote back to me after 3 months that, Samirji, wish someone like you could come and do something about there's no music. I can't believe there's no music here. Because when the Soviets came, they took away, or tried to take away, two important elements of the social life, religion and music. And in going to Afghanistan, I could realize what it can consequent into having these two pillars removed. The society will crumble down, demoralized practically. So that's the reason he wrote to me, and then my response was, tell me when. And then there was a point in my life emotionally when I was forced to think that, what am I waiting for? For him to arrange for me to visit there out of Ruddles? How is he going to do that? So 1 year had already elapsed between our last communication. I wrote to him this myself, I'm coming. You don't have to do anything, I'm just coming. I can't bear it anymore. That's my type, I can't just watch things on the TV and enjoy my dinner. I can't do that. I have to get involved and do something and try out if I can do something.
Finally, Samirji, we'll be absolutely grateful if you can do a small performance for our audience, please. was amazing. Thank you so much, Samirji, for connecting with us, and hope to see you very soon in person, maybe in Dubai. Thank you. Over to you, Shirin.
Dada, thank you so much for choosing these incredible gems from all over and bringing them to us. What really struck me about this interview is how he was trying to popularize Indian classical music there and how it's becoming more popular outside than in India.
Yeah, in India, actually, the classical music scenario is changing more and more. And I don't know how much people are more inclined to learn this. In fact, I would like to quote from Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Sahib. Once he had said that we have already given yoga to outside India. In fact, we are learning from them.
Oh, God,
And
this is
probably
so true.
that day is not far when people from Indian subcontinent will go abroad to learn Indian classical music. So
I don't know whether to laugh or cry with this.
seriously, whenever I tour, there's so much of passion. They want to know more about Indian classical music or dance or tradition. So yeah, I'm really not sure. Even if you see what Samir Chatterjee, not just in abroad, the way he's reviving the music in Afghanistan,
Absolutely incredible. No?
incredible. And I'm really now concerned that I really hope things gets better there. You might have heard recently the folk musician who been killed.
Yeah.
So if there is no music, life is waste. It's
Totally.
a completely waste.
Totally. It's sad that we have to feel connected to our own motherland when we're far from it, no?
Absolutely. I always feel that also, like whenever there's a national day, I feel I'm probably people who are outside India, they feel more patriotic,
Total.
probably than who are in the country, be it India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, in the entire subcontinent.
Yeah, but I hope that artists all over the world can change this.
Absolutely.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's go to our final performance for
Yes.
today and we'll go straight back to you.
এই চারুকে সে সুচারু কবরী বাধা এই চারুকে সে সুচারু কবরী বাধা বকুল গন্ধে সেজেছি সহেলি রাধা এই চারুকে সে সুচারু কবরী বাধা বকুল গন্ধে সেজেছি সহেলি রাধা এই চারুকে সে কানু প্রেম খুঁজি প্রেমের বৃন্দাবনে কানু প্রেম খুঁজি প্রেমের বৃন্দাবনে কানু প্রেম খুঁজি বৃন্দাবনে কানু প্রেম খুঁজি প্রেমের বৃন্দাবনে হিন্দোলে জাগে ব্যাকুল রেশমি মনে রূপে रे रे ग ध नि रे ग म प म ग रे म प ध नि रे ग म ध नि रे ग म नि ध प म ग रे सा ए चारु केश आ ए चारु केश सुचारु कबूरी बाधा ए चारु केश सुचारु कबूरी बाधा বকুল গৌরী সেজেছি সহেলি রাধা এই চারু কেশে এই চারু কেশে এই চারু কেশে সুচারু কবরী
Thank you so much. It was beautiful and hope-filled. And we hope you felt that in your hearts. And that really is the mission of Malhaar Morning Raga. So, remember to share and like and subscribe to our channels. Until next week, stay inspired. Namaskar.
थकन मिटाते वो अनमोल मुस्कुराहट प्यार बढ़ाते छोटी सी शरारत संभाले जब ममता हर वो रुकावट आते हैं अपने यहाँ जब हो कोई दावत आओ थोड़ी सी अच्छाई लाएं अब जिंदगी में Abivia evaporated milk का unique low cholesterol formula loaded with protein, vitamin A, D and calcium आपको देते हैं एक creamy, tasty और healthy एहसास। Abivia, add goodness to life.
This program was brought to you by Abevia. Add goodness to life.